The Queen is coming! The Queen is coming! Make way for the Queen!
Bring forth the tax collector.
The tax collector will step forward.
Your Majesty.
Have you collected the taxes for the year?
Yes, Your Majesty.
And how much have you collected?
I'm sorry to report, Your Majesty, that this year's tax collections were very small compared to last year.
What is the meaning of this? Are my people holding back? Are they cheating me out of what is rightly mine?
No, Your Majesty. It's just that people are not producing as much as they did last year, and so there are fewer taxes to collect.
Is ridiculous. We haven't had any fires or floods or famines or plagues to keep our production down. Why are we producing less?
I don't know, Your...
Tax collector, are you holding out on me?
Certainly not, Your Majesty. I would sooner die than take any money belonging to my Queen. I believe our kingdom is still suffering from the ravage of the Black Knight.
That's impossible. The Black Knight left here over 6 months ago. How could he still be causing problems? Well, how could a man who is not here keep us from our work? Surely, someone can tell me how a man who is not here can keep us from doing our work. Quiet!
Silence before the Queen!
I will get to the bottom of this. Bring forth the storekeeper.
The storekeeper will step forward.
Your Majesty.
Storekeeper, are you not selling as much merchandise as last year?
That's right, Your Majesty. We are selling far less merchandise than last year.
Do you know why?
Yes, Your Majesty. The people are afraid that the Black Knight will come back and steal their merchandise as before.
This is terrible. We can't live our lives in fear of something that may never happen again. Bring forth the farmer.
The farmer will step forward.
Your Majesty.
Farmer, I can understand why the storekeeper is selling less merchandise because of the Black Knight. But I don't understand how a farmer would grow fewer crops because of him.
Your Majesty, the Black Knight not only stole my grain, but he also beat me. So, this year, fearing that he might return, I planted seeds only in the land around my house, so I could hide when I see him coming.
Silence before the Queen!
This is terrible. We are all living as if the Black Knight were still living in our kingdom. He is long gone. We need the wisdom from the old preacher.
The page will step forward.
Your Majesty, I am at your service.
Bring the old preacher before the Queen.
Swiftly I shall leave your presence, and swiftly I shall return with the old preacher, Your Majesty.
May I have permission to speak, Your Majesty?
The milkmaid will step forward.
Your Majesty, I'm afraid I have some bad news, Your Majesty.
More bad news?
Yes, while I was driving my milk cows to the barn for milking this morning, I saw a man wearing a black hat on the road on his way to this castle.
Has the Black Knight returned to the kingdom?
I'm quite sure he was not the Black Knight, but he was wearing the same black hat.
Can you tell me where the church is? I'm looking for the church.
Your Majesty.
Quiet.
Silence before the Queen!
Old preacher, what shall we do about the new stranger in the black hat?
I think we should give him a lot of money so he won't hurt us.
I think we should all go hide ourselves until he leaves the kingdom.
I think we should kill him, so he won't kill us.
Quiet!
Silence before the Queen!
Old preacher, what does the Bible say about our situation?
Isaiah the prophet said, "Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past."
How does that apply to our situation?
The Black Knight is gone, and he cannot hurt us anymore unless we let him live within our minds.
But there is a new stranger in town with the same black heart.
Yes, and I say we should give him a lot of money so he won't hurt us.
I think we should all go and hide until he leaves our kingdom.
I say we should kill him. He can't hurt us when he's dead.
Quiet!
Silence before the Queen.
Preacher, what do you say about this new stranger with the black hat?
Has the new stranger harmed anyone since he came into the kingdom?
No, but he has the same black hat as the Black Knight.
He probably went over to the church to beat the old preacher just like he beat me.
More likely he went over to the church to rob the collection plate.
I wouldn't be surprised if he went to the church to kill the preacher. I say we kill the stranger before he kills us.
Where is the old preacher?
What do you want from us, stranger?
The old preacher was about to retire. They sent me to replace him.
You're a preacher?
Yes, of course.
Quiet!
Silence before the Queen.
It is clear that living in the past has cost this kingdom more than just lost taxes, merchandise, or crops. Living in the past very nearly cost an innocent man his life. I decree that we all go over to the church and confess to the Lord that we have been living in the past. We must also thank God for all the blessings we enjoy here and now.
Based on a play by Bob Snook, Conditions for Use. Do not sell any part of this script, even if you rewrite it. Pay no royalties, even if you make money from the performance. You may reproduce and distribute this freely, but all copies must contain this statement.